Welcome back to the channel.
Tonight we're gonna go try something new that opened about 6 months ago down here at Red Rock, and we're gonna go give it a try.
Here we're going to Lotus of Siam inside the Red Rock Casino. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe.
Come get lost with us.
Lotus of Siam. It's fancy. So a couple of notes I've gotten so far. The table is a traditional Disney two-topper. Not super big, you can see nicely. The menus basically take up all of the table. That's how small it is.
Like we could hit each other, like our menus definitely overlap.
Yeah, if you couldn't hear nicely, she basically said that our menus overlap when we put them on the table. Mine's off the table. Whatever. And then the music is definitely something. It's a choice. I don't know if it's a good choice, but it's a choice. You can probably hear it in the background. It's kind of like a pop hits. Yeah, pop techno. Yeah, I would say pop techno. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Doesn't really fit the Asian flair of the restaurant so far. We did order some appetizers, so they'll be here in a minute.
Yeah.
And we'll come get you. So after about 10 to 15 minutes, I finally got my Pepsi. Nacy got her tea pretty quickly, but she said she had to get Pepsi from the bartender, and it took her about 10 to 15 minutes to get it. So it's super fast service so far.
Alright, so first up we have the chicken wontons, which come with like a sweet and sour dipping sauce. So we're gonna give that a go. Definitely freshly fried, definitely made in-house for sure. It's like a chicken sausage that's inside of it. It's pretty tasty. Not like overly flavorful, but not also underwhelming either. It's just kind of like right there in the middle. Next up, we've got the chicken lollipops to try. I'm excited to try those.
I'm gonna try first the chicken wonton. First off, be careful. There's a ton of grease in mine. It kind of splopped out when I took a bite of it, but the chicken's really tasty. It's got a nice flavor to it. Very sort of a very like strong flavor. I like it. It definitely has like an Asian influence there. It's really tasty. It's well fried, and it seems to be made fresh here, which is definitely a plus. I've got a chicken wing next. I'm gonna try that.
Next up, we have the chicken lollipops, which are basically deconstructed chicken wings that look like they've been deboned and then kind of formed back together and breaded and deep fried. And this is the sweet and spicy sauce, so cheers. The sauce is good. They're a little bit hard to bite because I mostly got the breading in my first bite and I had to kind of go back in to get the chicken, but very crunchy. You get that heat in the back of your throat after you swallow the sauce. Like, it's good. It's tasty. Honestly, I have to say it is not bad. Let's see what Gary thinks.
Next try is the sweet and spicy chicken lollipop.
A little bit hard to eat, right?
Yeah.
Once you get in there, it's pretty tasty.
So one thing Nacy said behind the camera, in case you couldn't hear it, was that it is a little bit difficult to eat. It's kind of interesting. They take all the meat off, they kind of reconstruct it to a ball, stick the bone back in there, and then deep fry it. It's got a really thick sort of outer shell, and then it definitely seems like it's a like dark meat, a dark chicken meat, which I love. Really tasty, and it definitely has that kind of like tangy sweet and sour sauce that you get in Asian restaurants. This is really good. Honestly, both of them are really good. The chicken's really tasty. Sometimes the chicken can be flat at restaurants like this, and it really does have some good flavor here. So we've got some main courses coming out, and we'll come and get you when they get here.
Apps were okay. I wouldn't say that it was anything like spectacular. Like, they weren't the best apps I've ever had, but they also weren't the worst. It was just right there, kind of in the middle. They had a decent amount of flavor. Both were made fresh in-house. They were hot when we got them, so there's pluses to it, but I will say, like, on the flavor profile, I wasn't completely blown away. But we do have our main courses hopefully coming out soon, so we will come and get you guys when that comes out.
Well, which one would you get again, app-wise?
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably the chicken wontons. So I got the crispy duck pad thai. We love crispy duck. We actually fell in love with duck a couple years ago, and it is definitely something I want to try eating more at other restaurants, so I figured why not give it a go here. And so cheers. We're gonna try the noodle part first. That's pretty tasty. What's interesting is they didn't ask me, like most Thai places, ask you what level of spice you want your pad Thai to be, because they can make it like from mild to super spicy at most Thai places. But here, it's just a generic whatever, and it's not spicy. It's very mild. Next up, I'm gonna try the crispy duck. Okay, so that duck is good. It's definitely crispy. You got a nice rendering of fat with the meat. And duck just has like an extra flavor to it that just takes it a level above chicken. Honestly, this is actually quite delicious. I'm not sure it's worth quite the price point that I paid for it, because I did pay an additional $20 for the duck, but not bad overall. I think it's pretty tasty, and I'm gonna really enjoy this. Gary got the sweet and sour crispy duck, so let's see what he thinks.
So I got the sweet and sour wok dish, and then we added crispy duck to it. So if you get chicken, beef, pork, or I think tofu, it's included with the $19. We added the duck to it, which means it adds an extra $22 onto it. It's a little steep, but let's hope it's good. First, I'm gonna try this pineapple and the sweet and sour sauce. It's a good piece of pineapple. It's on the grill, so it's got that nice little like charredness to it I like. But I've got to be honest, the sweet and sour sauce, not much flavor there. Let's see if there's any on this duck. The duck has like a great consistency, a little bit of fattiness in there. The duck tastes really well, but I don't taste any of the sweet and sour on the duck. Let me try. I did get a side of white rice with mine. Now you could have got white, brown, and I think fried rice as well, but I just chose for a white rice just to have something to munch on while I'm eating it. The white rice is tasty. It's a typical white rice. Nothing fancy. Nothing great there. Again, the one piece that I will talk about is I don't taste any of the sweet and sour sauce. There's like no flavor there from the actual sauces in the sweet and sour. I'm gonna get Nacy to try it. Let's get her opinion.
Okay, so I'm gonna try the sweet and sour crispy duck. I did toss it a little bit in the sauce because all of the sauce is kind of in the bottom of the bowl. His duck is exactly like my duck. No sauce. When I did toss it in the sauce, it is a very light sweet and sour sauce. It's not a very strong sweet and sour sauce. It's very light. Almost like it just kind of adds like a grilled flavor to the veggies and the fruit that's in the bowl. So, I would kind of say that it's middle of the road. It's not great, but it's not bad.
So I'm gonna give Nacy's pad thai a try. Now I'm not a huge fan of pad thai. It's okay. I'm not against it or anything. It's just it's never been really for me. give it a try. Noodles are nice and soft. You get a nice little bit of that like spiciness in there, but it's not that bad. I would actually probably consider it to be mild, maybe medium. And then her duck is good, but I like what I said when I had mine. It tastes exactly the same as mine. It's good. The one thing I would echo though is that it doesn't seem to have any sauce on it either. Like I feel like there should be like sauce on the duck if I'm paying an extra $22 to have it put in these dishes. I don't know, it's just me. Let me know in those comments. We got some desserts coming out and we'll come and get you in a minute.
So we got the crispy banana spring rolls, and it's not entirely what I thought it was gonna be, but it does look good. It doesn't look bad at all. And within it doesn't actually say. It just says banana rum caramel and coconut ice cream. So I'm gonna say that these are stuffed with bananas and then wrapped. That's what I'm guessing. This might be the best thing I've had here. That coconut ice cream, absolutely delicious with the flavor of the banana and the caramel. Holy crap. Almost feel like instead of an ice cream, it should be like a mousse, but this is good. Let's see what Gary thinks.
So I'm going to try the crispy banana spring rolls. This is the coconut ice cream. I want to try that first. It's very creamy. You get real pieces of coconut in there too. And then you get that taste of the coconut in there. That's really good. It's kind of different than a vanilla ice cream. And it's pretty tasty. Let's try this spring roll. I would definitely echo Nacy's sentiments. The coconut works really well with the fried banana inside the wrap, and then you have that nice caramel that you can pick up too with that, I guess they call it the banana rum caramel. Really, the flavors really work together. And I'm kind of with Nacy. This is probably one of the best things we've had at this restaurant so far. Kudos. So we're going to finish up our desserts and we'll come get you on the outside for our final thoughts.
In case you guys were wondering what the final so that was an overpriced dinner.
Yeah, the best part about it was, again, the spring rolls at the end. They were super tasty.
Those were good.
The chicken for the appetizers was okay. It just wasn't anything special. And the main courses were absolutely disappointing.
Yeah, the duck in and of itself was tasty. I will say that, so take that with a grain of salt. My pad thai was average. I actually get better pad thai over at a restaurant that's like down the road from our house.
Yes,
than
not
there.
that far from here.
Yeah.
And my Peking duck tastes the same, or well, my crispy duck, I guess is what they call it. My crispy duck tastes the exact same as Nacy's. It wasn't in the sweet and sour sauce. I don't understand why you get the choices if you're just going to get the crispy duck without any sauce on it. And honestly, the piece that I got was about a third fat. And I know there's a lot of fat in duck, but there was like 2 pieces that were just solid fat. There's no reason I should be given them.
And I felt like your sauce was very weak on the sweet and sour flavor.
Oh,
There
yeah.
just wasn't, it was very, very mild when it came to flavors. And when I think of Thai food, I think of very spicy, very strong flavors.
Agree.
So overall, I don't think that we'll come back to this restaurant. If you're into that kind of food, I say it's always worth a try. Maybe your palate might like it as well, but the dessert was really tasty.
And I would say if you're looking for duck, Mr. Chow's is definitely our recommendation if you're in Vegas. We got a video of that. Or Morimoto of Asia. I think there might be one in...
I don't know. We'll have to look into that. If there is, we'll definitely...
But we went to one at Disney Springs that had amazing duck, so check that out in the show notes as well.
So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
Hit that subscribe button.
And make sure you ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get you all for the next one.
Ain't that the truth, baby Ruth?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.